course I've captained him. Why wouldn't I?
Go Elite FPL!
Confident about being Jim White, aren't you?
Oh, go on then.
Slow sports news.
Say vote. Elite FPL.
And the Gold Award. Elite FPL.
Your team has an AI scorer for the next
Oh
4
yeah,
game weeks.
let's go, man. Let's go.
Yeah, Steve-O, he's a bit mean, but he means well. And I'm not going to rise to the occasion. He can bash my team as much as he wants, but I don't care. It just makes me stronger. Makes me more keen to stay above him on the tables. And I guarantee, the end of this weekend, you're going to be looking up to me, Steve-O, thinking, what am I going to have to do? What I'm going to have to do to catch him. See you later, dude.
Cheers. Cheers, Jason. Thank you so much. There was our co-host, Jason, there, bragging.
Types of streams where they are covering all that lot. Oh yes.
Dreams of glory, points to chase, many leagues, it's the ultimate race, captains rise, some fall from grace, oh, the game we play, it's a ruthless space. Only the elite will win through the chaos, through the spin, break the template, big deck within. Only the elite will win. Only the elite will win. Steve-O's fight tenacious, Jason's moves audacious. In our community, no sheep on display. Tactics whispered, strategy said. The managers blood like kings and queens. Green arrow shining, red one sting. The table shifts, the standing swing.
I pressed the button. Sorry, Steve-O. Sorry, everybody. Hello, good evening. It's 10 minutes past 8 o'clock, and it's the Friday evening before Game Week 4, and I hope everyone is excited for... is it going to be a high-scoring Game Week, Steve-O?
Oh, God. I don't know, Jason. Strange intro there.
Yeah, I know, right? I pressed the button and I was like, uh-oh. Right, Nick Sutton's in the chat, Rubber Toad's in the chat, Kevy, Matty, Dan, Animations, the FPL Pubcast is here. Good evening to you guys. Andrew Ferguson, we've got Milan Milic, a name that I haven't read out for a little while. Milan, were you here last stream? I can't remember. FPL Sparta, Buffy's here. The Paul Hustler's here. When will Elite FPL be invited onto the Fantasy FPL show? Never. We'll never be invited onto there, ever. If we had hundreds, thousands subscribers, we wouldn't be invited on there.
Planet FPL won't be allowed, aren't even invited on the... sorry, that's specifically James, let alone us. So... you gotta be a certain caliber. You got to be a certain caliber, is all I'll say. Certain, I say squeaky clean is a good assessment. Firetog's there, Jojo's there, we've got Jammy, we've got Ozil in the chat. What was that comment I read the other day on our channel, Steve? It was like, the guy on the left sounds like he's got a blocked nose. I'm like, okay. I wouldn't even worried about it. It's made me think, did I have a cold or something? And yet, hold on a minute. Yeah, ironically, you didn't pick up on the comment that said, and I agree with this, that you have one of the best microphones in the FPL space, and that is a categorical fact. So I'd be more concentrating on that than some Muppet.
I like to. The thing is, you always concentrate on the Muppets. You know, you always do, because they're the ones that kind of irk you. But Animations, Screaming for Vengeance is there too. Alex Sweet, good evening. I want a triple captain. Haaland versus United, or should I wait till Burnley? I think you've answered your question. Well, you've mentioned it there. Wait till Burnley. I think wait till Burnley. I don't think United are gonna. I don't think it's gonna be a high-scoring game, Steve-O. I'll get onto that in a moment. I don't think it's gonna be an absolute smashing of United. I think it's maybe going to be 2 goals, 3 goals in that game maximum for City. And I just don't. You know what? I've got a feeling, Steve-O, we might win that game 2-1.
That's going to be a fun stream then.
I've got a feeling, mate. I have.
So do I, actually. We'll get onto that in a minute.
Yeah. We'll get onto that in a minute. Good evening, John. All right, John. How's it going, mate?
I'd have thought you'd be able to work better on that impression the longer you've worked. And funny enough, my brother's in Birmingham.
I live literally 35 minutes away from like Birmingham-ish, and I still don't know how to do the accent. And you know what? It's one of the accents that, I'll be honest with you, I don't want to know how to do. It's like, have you seen Erling Brute Haaland recently, says Kevy. Yeah, I wouldn't say that he's absolutely on fire in the Premier League. I mean, the goal he scored, God, how many weeks ago now?
3.
3 weeks ago was pretty much a gift. So, yeah, hopefully Isaac gets 30 minutes off the bench. I can see him scoring, says Lee in the chat. So Isaac is another consideration. If you're an Ekatike owner, are you worried about Isaac? Are you maybe if you're on a wild card, are you getting him in? Like, I wouldn't be, but I'm just curious because there are a lot of people that are actually hitting the wild card button, Steve-O, aren't there?
Yeah, it's been the most, I mean, I'm stating the obvious, the most popular chip used this particular game week, and I would not be touching Ekatike, but I'd certainly be having Salah and Gakpo and Virgil van Dijk no matter what, if you are going to be getting them 3 on the wild card.
Yeah.
If you're tripling up on Liverpool anyway.
Yeah, what do you say about the people that think Salah's days of being a Premier League god are over and that there's better value elsewhere? What would you say to those people right now, Steve-O, that are kind of moving away completely from Salah?
Well, the fact that I started without him says it all. He's a world-class player, there's no denying it, but I think that from an FPL perspective, he doesn't bring value But these two fixtures, specifically the Burnley game, is the best captaincy without a doubt. And if he fails in that game, then I think we're going to see a lot of sales. I really do think we're going to see a lot of mass sales, depending on how he performs, of course, and what the score will be. But I'm expecting Liverpool to score a minimum of 3. Minimum.
A minimum of 3 goals. There we go. And do you think that Salah outscores Haaland this game week? Obviously, we haven't talked about predictions or anything. Yeah. Just want to say hello to Natasha in the chat. Hello, Natasha. How are you? Are you all set for game week 4? Who are you captaining, Natasha? Is it really hard to find out? I'm sure majority of people are going to go with the Egyptian king that's running down the wing. But we've got Nick of Sutton in the chat saying, I'm bored. I'm born and bred Brummy. Eventually, I would like to come on the stream and talk bollocks about my team. That's the point. We should probably have people on at some point to talk about their team, Steve-O. Just to like quick fire 30 seconds. It never is 30 seconds, is it? Natasha's wildcarded and she's captaining Haaland this coming week. Are you surprised at that? People on wildcards captaining Haaland? Yeah, well, I mean, I think it'd be very interesting to see. Twill Media in the chat saying FPL Hippie from Blue Sky here. Hello, Twill Media or FPL Hippie. How are you? Yeah, I've heard of it, but I don't think it's. No, you're here. Yeah, all Blue Sky ears, as in you stopped. Do you hear me? Yeah, I said all Blue Sky. You said all Blue Sky ears. You said all Blue Sky ears, and then you stopped. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. There we go. So, right. It says you're muted. You're not muted, Steve. I can hear you. Got some gremlins in tonight. Yeah, we've got the Blue Sky administrators coming in to shut us down because we're slagging off Blue Sky here. Audio issues. Can't hear him. Can you hear him now, guys? You can hear him now. Surely you can hear him now. I can hear him. Yeah. So, God, lost my train of thought now. So. Yeah, so my team is on the screen. You again, I disclosed my transfer was Mateta in for Rasmus. Sorry, not for Rasmus Højlund. What am I about? Sesko, Benjamin Sesko out for Mateta in. You did a short about. Man, there's some issues tonight, guys. I don't even know what's happening. Let's get Steve-O back. Hang on, Steve-O. You've got a new link. Hello? Steve-O, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah. What's going on?
I can hear you. Talk again.
Yep, I can hear you.
They can hear you. They can hear you. They can hear you. Okay. Well, I don't know what's happening, but they can hear you now. Okay. There we go.
Oh, there we are. We're back again.
There we go. So yeah, my team is Mateta in for Sesko, like I mentioned. Sorry about the technical issues, guys. And I'm not going to be captaining Haaland. I'm going to be captaining Salah, like I said a couple of weeks ago. My team is Sanchez, Cash, Van der Ven, Rodon, Rangers, Wirtz, Gakpo, Salah, Haaland, Pedro, Mateta. Overall, I'm quite happy with that team, Steve-O. I don't think there's really anything else to say other than it's as strong as what the average team would be this coming week, I think.
I was going to say, obviously we've been off for 2 weeks. When you look at that team now, genuinely, what do you actually think? Do you think, oh God, why have I got that player?
No.
Or, I'm happy. So you're happy with every single one of your players? Rolling it? Well, no, you just use a transfer.
Well, yeah, I'm still. I haven't spent any points this season, and I feel like, yes, I've missed out on price rises. Yes, I've been victim of a price drop in terms of Wirtz, But you know what? I really, really, really hope Wirtz does something against Burnley and just basically rubs people's faces in the custard pie, because so many people have only gave him like 3 weeks and like, I'm getting rid of him. I think that if he can't do it versus Burnley, then he leaves my team, because if he doesn't do nothing against Burnley, then he ain't going to do nothing against anyone. So
what would you expect from Wirtz against Burnley?
Minimum
in a 3-0 win, what do you expect?
Minimum of 1 goal involvement, minimum.
So an assist then?
Yeah, a goal or an assist, yeah, which I think is reasonable. Obviously, he's out of a lot of FPL teams already. I'm probably being a bit stubborn in terms of keeping him, but I don't want to waste a transfer getting him out ahead of Burnley away. Certainly, when I come to wildcard, that Wirtz slot will become a Van Dijk, or become an Ekitike, or become a oh god, what's his name? Just come from Newcastle. Isaac. Yeah, that small player that no one talks about. Yeah, Bruno outscores him versus City. Yeah, that's a good point, Luke. Bruno outscores him versus City than Wirtz versus Burnley. I mean, ironically, I can actually say that that's probably likely. I'll be honest with you. I think Bruno's going to be a good asset to have. Against City, that there's a penalty or something, it's bound to happen. There's something going to happen against City. City are not going to keep a clean sheet. I can say that much. What if Wirtz starts, says Ivan in the chat? Well, it cements my decision to get rid of him then, doesn't it? I've got King to come on, which I think is a decent option against Leeds at home. To be honest, Steve-O, King...
I was going to say you could start him, couldn't you? Again, ahead of someone in your team. Who's in your team that you
Wirtz would be the one, or Rangers at home.
I would have thought Reinders. Yeah.
Reinders. Chat, would you start King or Reinders?
I'd play King, or even maybe King over Pedro, but no, King over Reinders. I think.
Yeah, because it's kind of sucky because obviously King would be up against. Okay, I don't know if I'm still here, but the internet keeps cutting out, and I think Steve-O's going to go crazy in a minute. Well, I've lost Steve-O. Steve-O's there. I can see him, but he's not on the... Oh, 1 second. I need to refresh the link. This is annoying as hell.
I'm just going to end the stream in a minute and go to bed, to be honest. Just get on my fucking nerves.
Why is this happening, Steve-O? Why is it happening? We've had like 11 days of no streams, and then all of a sudden we do a stream and it's like the internet's cutting off for every few minutes. Well, I can see you, can hear you. We've got a poll going up at the moment. King or Reinders? King or Reinders? Vote now. I've had 18 votes so far on this poll, and Reinders is in the lead at the moment with 72% saying Reinders, 32% saying King. Yeah, I think I will play Reinders because purely because I think City will probably score, and I don't want to have King versus Rodon because I want this sort of psychological thing that Leeds miraculously keep a clean sheet against Fulham. I don't know. I have no choice but to play Rodon. Yeah. Well, because my defenders are Esteve, who's got Liverpool at home, and Dorgu, who's got Manchester City away.
I'd rather play Dorgu ahead of Rodon.
He's not guaranteed. He's not guaranteed to start at the moment.
Well, you know, Dorgu.
The thing is, against Man City, he might go more defensive.
Isn't that a good thing?
Well, he might not play advanced fullbacks.
I always say this: always play your premium team defenders. Always playing. I'd rather play.
Let's do another poll. No, it's and then
Engagement up.
oh God, this is
Get the engagement up.
we just last start with the amount of times the streams restarted or stopping. It's like, yeah. Anyway, Steve, do you want to remind us about if you post your team in the Discord so I can get it up on the screen? Yeah. Right, let me get that up, and then you can talk about your team, and then I can take a break and look at something on the stats for Man United because. Right, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Posted it in the team drafts. Well, good. Well done. Well done. Well done.
It's fucking crashed again.
No, it hasn't.
Are we still on there?
Yeah, it's still on there.
Right, cool. My team up, yep.
Hang on. Yeah, your team's up on the screen now.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be. In fact, there's no probably. I am going to roll this game. We can have 2 free transfers for game week 5. I think the transfers are going to be a lot more valuable in game week 5 than just getting rid of Chris Wood for Sunderland, which for Mateta at home to Sunderland, I think it's a bit of a wasted transfer, to be completely frank. And I do agree with you that we come to game week 5, and if Wirtz is still looking like this player that's dropping too deep for Liverpool, I'm just going to rage transfer him out. He's going anyway in game week 6 for a Man City player, Oscar Bob, Shirky, Foden, if he's fit, because then they'll have Burnley at home. I want 3 Burnley Man City players against Burnley. And they got Sells in goal. I mean, it's a toss of a coin, but I do look. I'm expecting Nottingham Forest to lose that game pretty heavily, 2-3-0. But in Dubravka, whatever, double Tottenham defence. I'd rather play them rather than Goodmanson or Esteve. And then Cucurella up against Brentford. And then it's, as you can see, Salah, Wirtz, Reinders, Dewsbury Hall, and Johnson. And then up front, yeah, Chris Wood and Haaland. And I'm pretty happy with it. I was looking at the Plan FPL earlier on, and you know what? After this game week 3, which turned out to be, ironically, a positive after a -12, I'm just going into game week 4 going, whatever happens, happens. I don't give a shit. Moving to game week 5, where the fixtures then turn. You know, Ange Postecoglou has gone to Nottingham Forest, new lease of life. They're away at Burnley, and I do genuinely think, even before Ange was appointed, I thought Chris Wood was the best captaincy for game week 5. And then they've got Sunderland at home. So keeping Nottingham Forest options for me, I'm really, really happy with Jace because of those 2 fixtures. But why would you get rid of Nottingham Forest? It's like Alex Vollo said on X, getting rid of defensive options when they've got Burnley and Sunderland. It's just crazy, absolutely madness. So yeah, I'm pretty content. It's more for me going into game week 6, Jace, where people like me and you have got the double up of Man City assets. People don't. People don't have Haaland. They're going to be desperately wanting him to come in for that triple captaincy. And right now, that's what's happening. I suppose with the Champions League, it may put a bit of a dent in the plans. But I think overall, we can rely on the likes of Haaland starting no matter what. And yeah. I'm actually pretty happy with the team, to be completely frank. I think it's perfectly fine. I think going into game week 4, whatever happens, happens. And it's not exactly the most exciting, is it? Game week 4, I don't think it's not got that, apart from Burnley.
It's got a Manchester, from a footballing point of view, it's got a Manchester derby. From an FPL point of view, you've got Liverpool versus Burnley. But, I mean, I can see a slippery banana skin for Tottenham against West Ham. I think Tottenham will win the game. Are you going to smash your fists through the wall if your double Tottenham defence
Well, they're
get
gonna concede.
busted.
They will concede.
You think?
Yeah, West Ham always score against Tottenham.
Yeah, it's a local derby, isn't it? So I think your team is looking very good. To be fair, it's the Dewsbury Hall pick. It against Villa, I think is great. Chris Wood, like you said, yeah, I think you're going to make good money on Dewsbury Hall. I'll be honest. You probably already have. You probably already made.
No, I haven't. No, he hasn't even gone up once. I don't get it. For
Really?
$5 million. It's the same
Is he still at 5 million?
Yeah, it's the same as Josh King.
If I was wildcarding right now, he'd be in.
People are going with Grealish.
I don't know if I would trust Grealish over the season, whereas I think Dewsbury Hall's going to be like, I think he's going to be consistent, mate. I think Grealish is. I think Grealish. Oh, am I still there? I think Grealish is has had a moment of maybe. I don't want it to be a flash in the pan, but I don't know. I think maybe a bit too knee jerk to get on Grealish. Whereas Dewsbury Hall, like even in the game weeks, he wasn't doing anything. He did look like he was due.
Yeah, and that is the same with it's the same with Wirtz. He is due. He does get into the right positions, but the problem is that I think for me, he's creating the space for others to get involved.
Yeah, but for me, Dewsbury Hall though, he's way more involved in the box than Wirtz is.
Yeah.
He's way Dewsbury Hall may have been a frustration because he was his sister, but he makes more box runs than Wirtz. He's probably done more box runs in 1 or 2 games than Wirtz has since Gameweek 1. So, like, he just looks like he could be on the end of something every game. So I think Dewsbury Hall is a great shout and a lock and a hold really for 5 million, unless of course you've got other plans.
I'm not selling him until game week when I do my wild carding. I think it's game week 7. I've got the wild card. Yeah, game week 7. I've got it all active.
Nick Sutton in the chat makes a good point. I'll read out some of the comments in a moment. Grealish playing against his old team, and we all know what happens there. It's a very good point. Dan Bull, former host of the Elite FPL, he's always been up for like the old. No, he's not here. But I'm just saying that he always used to talk about the poetry of a former player playing against his old club and how time after time they'd come through and do something. I got some comments here. Ray's saying Van der Ven or Vardiol. I think I'd go Van der Ven, mate, to be honest with you. I don't think City are going to keep a clean sheet.
Is Vardiol even fit? I don't think he was available. I thought he was out. In fact, he is out.
Even more reason. Is he out? Is he out still? Is he still out?
I'm sure I read that he's out.
I know he was flagged before the international break, but I assumed by that question that he knew something that I didn't know, and it may be back. But I will tell you some. Here we go. Men in Black. I don't think he's up to scratch. Maybe you might just say it in a word. Men in Black says, "I will tell you for free. Steve-O and Ray are going on a roll." Not quite.
Ray's quit as my manager. So
yeah. Ray's no longer managing Steve-O's team, so he's going.
Don't worry about that, mate.
Red Arrow this week. Oasis or Blur? Says the FPL Pubcast. That's not my genre. Do you know what? I'll tell you a little story. I was once upon a time, Steve-O, and the chat. I was once upon a time in a little indie band in Devon, and we used to play gigs around Teignmouth, Torquay, Paynton. I was in a Oasis tribute band. And I was. I played rhythm guitar in an Oasis tribute band with a bit of backup vocals. And I wasn't a massive fan of Oasis before I was in an Oasis tribute band. But I tell you what really made me hate their music? Playing it every weekend. No, I don't hate their music. I just got so bored of it. Sorry, because Oasis are massive. It's just not for me. Just not my sort of music.
that actually brilliantly links us into your album, because we may as well talk about it, because I got fuck all to talk about, to be honest with you. You know, over the last couple of weeks, or several weeks, you've been working on this album, which, let's get real here, AI, as you mentioned, has been helping you out with it. I want you to promote it right now, to be completely frank with you, and I think you should put a link in the chat for people to go and check out on YouTube, Spotify, etc.
Well, okay. So I've completed an album that I've been writing. All the lyrics and the composition of the songs on my own. I basically produced them at home, and I used AI to make some stems and polish everything up. I'll happily link it. It's basically just a project that I was doing over a few months. Some of the songs go back 10, 12 years, but majority of them were made over the last 18 months, and I'll link the channel here. If you guys are interested in listening to the songs and maybe giving me some feedback, feel free to check out the album. It's on YouTube Music, it's on Spotify, it's on iTunes, it's on Apple Music, it's Deezer and all those other places.
If people like our intro, which I'd like to think people do, it's a very, very similar to vibe to that. The only difference is it's from Jason's point of view. And I'm not even saying it's from a biased point of view. It's a very, very enjoyable album. I've told Jason regarding my thoughts on AI. I'm not going to pretend that I've not got an opinion on that, but I'm not going to discuss it now. I don't need to. But I would highly recommend anybody check it out that enjoys the work that Jason does, because it is a very, very enjoyable album.
Yeah, and I think more and more artists will use AI to help produce their songs. Not cheat, hopefully, and get AI to do everything, but certainly enhance what they've already created. And for people that can't play instruments, or for people that have certain disabilities, it allows them to make music, which is pretty insane. I saw a woman who, had some sort of issue with her breathing. She was like on oxygen and she couldn't sing. Like, she was a good singer, but she wasn't able to sing a whole song. So she basically got AI to help her sing it, which is pretty insane. But yeah, I thank you for mentioning it. I see what people say when they check out the music. But go back to FPL. Your team is locked. You are definitely captain in Salah. There's no two ways about it. Who's on your bench, Steve? Do you want to remind us all?
Esteve Gudmundsson and Mark Gw4, which you couldn't make it up, the fact that he's gone back to Chelsea. Couldn't make that up at all, the fact that Mark Gw4 has gone back to Chelsea. Not that it's affecting any of my plans whatsoever. In fact, jumping on Chelsea won't be until, I think it's something like Gameweek 8. I think that's when their fixtures change. Something like that. I can't quite remember specifics, but Chelsea, game week 8 or 9 more precisely. Sunderland, Tottenham, Wolves, Burnley. That fixture run is disgusting.
Yes, Balls Deep in the chat says Balls Deep says thoughts on getting this bench boost done and dusted. Sal's Porro to Cooper, Anderson, Rogers, Neto, Rangers, Salah, Gakpo, okay, Pedro, Haaland, bench, Dubravka, Nico Williams, Esteve, Gui could well start. I mean, it's a solid bench boost.
Just do it. Get on with it.
Yeah. And Nicholas Sutton says Mount out, Cunha out. Not much of a choice for assists. Dorgu will play. Dorgu will likely start when for experience in a must-win game. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it's Dorgu versus Rodon. What's got more chances of getting me points? I mean, that's the question. I don't know. I think Fulham will probably score against Leeds.
What are you expecting in that match?
I think both Dorgu and Rodon will likely concede. So if I think that Dorgu and Rodon will both likely concede, then perhaps I should go with the player that's got more chance of getting an attacking return.
And that's Dorgu.
You watch now, I'll change it, and Rodon will get a clean sheet against Fulham, and it'll be like...
You're genuinely doing very well this year in FPL, so whatever you're honestly thinking, just stick with it. Don't be persuaded with this overthinking, etc., etc. Ray will appreciate this. You do you, but just if you think Rodon's the better option, pick Rodon. It's simple. There's no point in overthinking. If you honestly think that Dorgu isn't worth bringing in because you fear that he may not play, or the fact that you expect him not to get as many points as Rodon because Rodon gets the DEFCON, choose Rodon. And Fulham aren't exactly pulling up trees. I don't think that's going to be a high-scoring game. 1-0, 1-1, not even 1-1, probably 1-0. Fulham, Leeds are good defensively. I wouldn't be surprised if that game ended 0-0. It would shock me. I mean, the fact that the Metro put it as 2-2, I thought, who the fuck is scoring for Leeds? No one scores for them. So it is going to be down to the fact that it's going to be brick wall after brick wall after brick wall, and can Fulham penetrate? And I think, in this case, play Rodon. Do it then. Do Rodon.
Matty's in the chat. Hello, Matty. FPL Podcast is by Xantine Flame for a lot rocks. Right, should we go through the fixtures, Stevo, and then talk about our predictions?
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go for it, Jace.
Right, okay, then. Game week 4 kicks off tomorrow afternoon. I have got the opticians in the morning, and I am then going to get my car, new set of tyres on the back of the car, and hopefully be at home in time to watch the Arsenal-Nottingham Forest game. Now, does anyone that you know of own any Arsenal attacking assets?
Yeah, there are people that own Gw4, people that own Gabriel, Calafiore, Timber.
You own Chris Wood. Are you confident that... well, let's just start by asking you what you think the score is going to be on this game. Guys in the chat, feel free. Hello, Shane.
I think it is going to be one of those where it's literally going to be one of two things. Either the new manager bounce kicks in and Nottingham Forest put up this incredible display where they end up losing just 1-0, or maybe even get a ridiculous draw, which they won't do. Or it's just going to be Arsenal take advantage of the fact that Nottingham Forest, for whatever reason, are shit at the moment. And I think that that's probably going to be the case. I just think that Arsenal will be too strong for them and they're going to be winning 2 or 3 now.
2 or 3-0 to Arsenal. Interesting. So Men in Black says, office quote on Steve Owen Ray's divorce. I wish there was a way to know you are in the good old days before you actually left.
Sorry, what's that? I don't think that's even an office quote. If that's the American office, that will go completely over. The quote again? Unless you completely ruin that.
I wish there was a way to know you are in the good old days before you actually left.
I know you're going to have to literally tell me what scene that is.
Okay. Men in Black, feel free to educate Steve-O if that is an office quote or if you just trolled us. I do not know. But new managers' games are always tight, says Melon in the chat. We got 4-1 to Arsenal, says Yar. We got 1-0, says Fozzie. 3-0, says Joseph Robinson. We got 1-0, Harry. 2-0, says Alex. 2-0, says Matty. Yeah, I think a 2-0 win to Arsenal is not kind of out there. I think that's pretty expected.
If you've got an Arsenal defender, you're pretty much an 80% chance of a clean sheet.
Yeah, there we go. And if you got Chris Wood, don't start him, Steve-O. Right. Steve-O knows every word from the UK office. There's a good chance that you don't get anything past Steve-O when it comes to the UK office, so it must be an American office reference there. But we move on to.
Sorry, I know you're a big fan of the American office, but
I do like it. Yeah,
I watched the thing on YouTube, which was bloopers from the show, and it was one of those where I just went. It was like, yeah, I know they're bloopers, but bloopers are normally supposed to be really funny. I was just like, Anyway, that's
I didn't see the bloopers, but I thought the show's funny, so I didn't need to see the bloopers because I don't understand why you'd watch the bloopers of a show.
The bloopers are probably better than like Afterlife's bloopers are better than.
Yeah, but Afterlife is slightly different because it's such a dark humor to it that
humor.
It is based on tragedy, isn't it? The whole story is based on the death of his wife, which unfortunately lands himself in comedic circumstances. There's some very down parts of it, but there's also some very dark comedy.
Stick to Derek. If you want dark humor, Derek's the one.
Oh no, Derek's all right, and I think I have to say that Derek, who's the guy that? Oh God, what's his name? The janitor. What's the guy called?
Carl Pilkington
in that.
Yeah,
I think he's brilliant. I think he's absolutely.
You got your ring now. Now fuck off.
Yeah, I love it, and I think that. I don't know if he's playing Carl Pilkington. Every time I watch, I don't know. Every time I see Carl Pilkington, I'm like, is that him, or is that him being an actor? And I'm like, yeah, he always seems to play the same sort of person. Yeah, Carl is awesome in that. Can I just say that we got some good numbers and we got some new people in here. Just Jamal in there saying 3-0 to Arsenal. So hello, shout out to all the new people in here. And if you are new and you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get our way up to 10k. We've got to get to 9k yet.
Shorts work for subscribers.
The FPL podcast.
Waste watching this.
As have you subscribed? Have you liked? I miss Ricky doing the American award shows. Always legendary. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be invited back. But
I don't think he wants to do.
I don't think he does want to do them again. I don't. Rubber Toad, hello. Bournemouth versus Brighton, a game that absolutely means nothing to me in any way, shape or form. This game could just be called off. It could just literally just not happen and I wouldn't care. Bournemouth versus Brighton at 3 o'clock. 1-1.
Yeah, I think, yeah. That's mental. Yeah, I think something like 1-1.
Joe's saying 2-2. 4-1 says Harry. Spot the Evan Ilse owner.
Awesome menu.
Oh, God, yeah. 3-1 says Milan Milic to Bournemouth. Hang on a minute. Are Brighton just crap now? Why are people saying 4-1, 3-1?
Bournemouth are very good. Brighton are crap away from home.
Yeah,
and I think there is FPL bias in it, but I do think that
so much
Bournemouth have got a good chance of doing well. But Brighton aren't as bad as losing 3 or 4-1. I can't see that.
Crystal Palace at home to Sunderland. I've got Mateta, and I'm hoping that he will reward my transfer in with at least a goal. Maybe outscore Chris Wood by 5 or so points. What are your thoughts?
I think that'll be happening. Yeah, I think that without a shadow of a doubt, you'd put your money on Mateta outscoring Chris Wood. Wouldn't it be ironic if they both get the same points?
That would be funny. Yeah, it would be funny.
All of 2. And
yellow card, 1 point. Great. Chris Palace Sunderland, guys. What's your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts on that one, Steve? Score wise.
As long as Crystal Palace win, I'm happy from a Burnley point of view. But I think where the goal coming from for Crystal Palace, I think
Mateta
1-0, 2-0, something like that. It's going to be very.
I'm going to go 1-0. I'm going to go 1-0 to Palace. Yoss says 2-0. Joe says 1-0. Harry Dawson says 3-0 to Palace.
Right, hold on a minute. Just breaking news. Gary has sent me the quote from The Office, and that is from the final episode. And you completely butchered the quote, and I think Men in Black butchered the quote as well. So, well, okay. I think Men in Black butchered the quote because
I just read word for word what he said, Steve. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Let's set the record straight. I butchered no quote because I haven't got a bloody horse in this race. Okay, you got a problem. You go to Men in Black and you tell it him personally. Okay.
Okay, Men in Black, you're an idiot.
There we go. Last time I read out bloody quotes, I tell you now. Bloody hell, I get it in the neck. Right. So where were we again? Sunderland is shit. They're going to get beat 1 or 2-0. Great. Everton versus Aston Villa. Grealish versus Emery's Villa team that can't score.
Yeah.
Are Villa gonna do anything? Are they gonna win this game? Or is Everton gonna be the favourites here? Like, who are the favourites?
Aston Villa should be the favourites. They've got all that attacking prowess. They did really well against Crystal Palace. How they didn't score is legitimately beyond me. I don't quite get how they didn't score against Crystal Palace in the second half, but I think it's because Ollie Watkins I don't think is good enough as a target man.
Hang on. A couple of seasons ago, it was saying that Ollie Watkins was the best thing since sliced bread, and he was a high potential England starlet and all this jazz. He was going to be the future.
Yeah, I just think that he's become complacent ever since they haven't.
When Rashford came in.
Well, this is the point. Ever since they're reliant on Watkins. There's no coincidence that he's gone back to his old ways again of just. Well, no one's going to take my place. Whereas when Duran was there, he had to fight for his place. When Rashford was there, he had to fight for his place. Now there's nobody there. What do I need to do? So, yeah, I think that Aston Villa are the favourites in this fixture. Everton are going to put up a brick wall. They're going to be hitting on the counter-attack with Grealish and Dye. Dewsbury Hall creating a lot for Barry. So I think this is going to be some horrible, tight, disgusting 0-0, 1-0 Villa, 1-1. Horrible fixture.
Yeah,
horrible.
I'm gonna go 1-1. I think that again to piggyback off what you said. To be honest, I don't see any clear winner. Maybe Villa on paper have got the better team, of course, but Everton are no mugs, and I think Everton to be honest, Everton are this year's Aston Villa for me. Like the way they're performing, in the way they're performing, and the league position, I think, can they keep it up? I don't know, but I don't know. I liken Everton to the same sort of level as Villa. I'm sorry, Villa fans, but I kind of matched them up. So 1-1 is 1-1. Fulham versus Leeds. I've probably offended some people. We've lost 10 viewers already. Fulham versus Leeds. Second to last of the 3 o'clocks. A game that I've got Rodon playing in. Am I going to bottle it and go Dorgu after you've just put a seed of doubt in my mind? Will King get a goal that isn't disallowed and cancel out clean sheet? This game, I think, has got goals in it, Steve-O. I think Fulham being at home, you know what? I think playing Rodon's stupid, isn't it? The more I think about this.
I don't think it is, personally. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. 0-0, 1-0 Fulham. Fulham have earmarked for game week 8 or 9 when their fixtures turn, bring in Muniz and Josh King.
You know what? I might have to just play Dorgu. I think I'm going to have to.
Well, when it ends up being 0-0 and Rodon gets the death one, I mean, Alf PL is going to be doing the 3-2 kickoff, so I'll be listening in live to him.
Well, I'll do a quick poll. I'll do a quick poll whilst we go through the rest of the roster. So Dorgu.
Dorgu versus Rodon.
Dorgu, MC away, and then Rodon.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Hang on, I'm typing here. Can't do everything. For God's sake. Fulham, isn't it? Fulham, are they away? Fulham away.
Fulham are at home.
No, Rodon, Fulham away.
Oh, right, I see. You're writing that bit.
Correcting me a lot today, aren't you?
I don't think you need to be putting that.
Well, I'm just letting people know, just in case, we've got some casuals watching. Right. Where were we again? Fulham Leeds. Fulham, we're talking about 1-1, Steve-O. I'm going to go 1-1.
I didn't say 1-1. I said 0-0 or 1-0.
Oh, I'm going to go 1-1 now.
Okay, we are 1-1.
We got Newcastle against Wolves in the last of the 3 o'clocks. I don't own any Newcastle, and I don't
think anybody does.
Now, are Wolves gonna pull off a surprise away win here?
No.
Are we going to go 1-1 again? We're going to go 1-1 again, Steve.
No.
Score prediction 3-0 to Newcastle, says Joe.
Yeah, I think 2 or 3-0 to Newcastle.
2-0.
I think their new striker will get off the bat as well.
2-0. Okay, and no one owns that new striker, do they?
No, they don't.
Got West Ham versus Spurs in the 5:30 kickoff. A game that you are heavily invested in. Why is that? Because you own triple Spurs.
The thing is Johnson for me. Johnson's the one which...
Yeah, differential-wise.
Differential-wise, yeah, he's the one, but... a lot of eggs in one basket here. And I expect this game to be ending what the history suggests, 1-1. I think it's going to be a tight game. I think 1-1, 2-1 either way. I can't quite call it.
Quick question, but how do you pronounce the Newcastle striker? Voltamade.
If I Google it, I may be able to.
Anyone to pronounce his name? Voltamade? Is it Voltamade or Voltamade, or is it something weird like Voltamade?
It's German, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it was Voltamade. Voldemort. Voltamade. 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 Yeah, we got that. But the reason. No, Voltamade says Yar in the chat, but I don't know if they're just giving me their opinion or if that's the actual pronunciation. But we got Milan Milik said, I gambled on my free hit. I gamble on Voltamade on my free hit.
Go for it, yeah. Great idea.
It's good. Well, if you're going to do a free hit, you might as well go for something. Great differential.
Double up on Newcastle, one defender / goalkeeper and Voltamade. Brilliant.
Voltamade, yeah. I think Voltamade sounds good. I think I'll go Voltamade. So, yeah, West Ham Spurs. Are you going to go with... I'm going Bowen scoring. And I'm going to go with a 3-1 win to Spurs, but a goal to West Ham.
So, yeah, again, it all depends on how Tottenham approach this game after losing that Bournemouth match, because apparently they were absolutely atrocious in that game. So it's all kind of restart. And will West Ham, the fact they beat Nottingham Forest 3-0, is that started up their season?
One of the very few FPL content creators that actually give time of day and actually watch has entered the chat in FPL Nightmare, who's come in saying that Raptor saying that Shah doesn't play tomorrow if anyone has him. Yeah.
Well, the fact that it's FPL Raptor saying, you mean he's been on a website that's quoted?
Yeah, he's been on the blower. So already.
Anyway, moving on to the next fixture, which is 8 o'clock at night, Chase. Fucking hell.
8 o'clock at night on a Saturday. I mean, God, what a day of football. Brentford versus Chelsea. I've only got Pedro in this game.
If he plays, if he starts, which he should do, but...
Oh, yeah. Well, he should do. Delap's injured, isn't he?
Yeah. But they've got Mark Gui, so he...
they got Mark Gui. Yeah. 2-0 Chelsea. 2-0 Chelsea.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, 1-0, 2-0.
Hit the like button, guys. We've got 130 people watching and only 31 likes. That means almost 100 people haven't bothered hitting that like button. Why the hell not? Why are you tuning in if you don't like the stream? Hit the like button and help us get up to 9,000. We only got 910 subscribers to go to get to 9,000. So hit the subscribe button. We got up next. We got Burnley on Sunday afternoon against Liverpool, who are flying high, seeming to be doing everything right. Okay, a couple of instances of shaky defence, but from an attacking point of view, it's going to be goals, goals, goals. So surely this game, Steve-O, it's almost inevitable.
Yeah, it depends how Liverpool approach this game. I'm assuming they're going to approach it like they've done every other game. Which
they're not going to be cagey, are they? They're not going to be stand backy.
No, and the fact that we've conceded most of our goals from the wings as well is concerning, especially from a Gakpo and Salah point of view. I think that they're just going to be completely overriding us. They're going to be just launching everything forward, and we're just going to be trying to hold off as much as we can. And I do think that they'll break through pretty comfortably after about 10 minutes. Ball crossed into Ekatike, bang, that's 1-0, and it's just a case of what the fuck do we do? And then it would just wave after wave after wave. But again, it's all depending on how Slot wants to reserve his players for Champions League. And what I mean by that is, will he be substituting players when Liverpool are 3-0 up at half time? And it's a case of, well, we've got whomever it is in the Champions League. I want to save these players. Let's take them off at half time. Unlikely, but if they're winning comfortably, which I can see that being like 2-0 at half time to Liverpool, I think that it could be a case of Slot maybe taking off a few of the key players, maybe like the likes of Wirtz. You know, like you said, this is. I agree with you. I think this is Wirtz's last opportunity. I really do think that.
Got some comments to address in a second. Let me just log in, and we've had a super chat from Matty, which I wonder if I can get text to speech to turn on here, so when we get our super chats coming through, that it will do a text to speech. Let me just 1 second have a look. If not, I'll just read it out to.
I think it'd be easy to read it out, to be honest.
Hang on.
Be a lot quicker.
God, jeez. Right. But yeah.
I want to be in bed in the next 10 minutes.
No, you don't. You don't.
I do.
You love it. You absolutely love it. If I can even load
I want
it
to
up.
stick on Geo Wizard.
Here we go. Let's see if this works. I don't know if it will. No. Is the answer to that. Hi, Jay. Says Steve and Ray made up Wedding Still On.
That what? How much did Matty put towards my teeth?
199.
199 towards my teeth. Well, have we already answered the question? Ray could not give two flying fucks about FPL, so the answer is no. Divorce happened weeks ago.
Bloody hell, Steve-O, what's the matter with you? Well, I think ultimately, let's be honest, it was never going to last. Having someone help manage Steve-O the way through the season, it was going to last 3 game weeks. It was going to last, 16 game weeks. It was never going to last the whole season. No way. I mean, it's just too much. It's just too much. It's too much for one person, let alone 2 people. Just, you're going to clash heads, you're going to have differences, and then you're going to have, it's going to be arguments, and then there's going to be the makeup and breakups. It's part, I can do it. I can share personally, like, my decision making about FPL with someone else. But
you used to though, didn't you, James? But hey,
no?
This isn't Steve-O conspiracy time here. Let's move on to the watch along game.
There's been a question actually, very quickly. Here we go. We got where is the question? I literally had it until you came through, Matty, with that super chat. There was a question through saying, will you guys be the Paul Hustler, a name I haven't read out for a while, will you guys be doing a match of the day challenge stream this season? There are 8 games on.
Never. There's no point in asking about streams. I'm never doing streams apart from this one and the reaction one on Monday whenever me and Jason do a review. So
if we get 9,000 subs, I'll do a match of the day challenge.
There we are, brilliant.
There we go. So we get. I'll do it to celebrate 9,000 subs. So you guys can pay for a bot or something. I don't know. And then we'll get 9,000, and then about 2 weeks later we'll go back down to 8,000 again. Right, we got Burnley to shock the world. Anthony, the new Salah, says screaming for vengeance. Are you going to be doing a watch along on Sunday? So this is a question. Steve-O messaged me about doing a watch along, and we've decided that the Man City Man United game is going to be the one we're going to watch along.
You decided, not me. I wanted to do both, but
I mean, more than welcome to spend the whole day watching football on stream, Steve-O, but I've got a life to live. Sorry,
mate. Exactly.
Got to write a new album and take the kids out. Well, to be fair, ironically, the weather's supposed to be really shit this weekend, so but I'm still probably going to be stuck trying to figure out how best to entertain the kids. So on the weekend when it's pissing down rain outside, I've seen Psycho. This Ray persona sits in Steve-O's front window telling him how to take hits, and then he deserves better, says the FPL Sprint finish in the chat. It would be nice to get a thank you from Steve-O, says Matty. Matty, I think that Steve-O is overwhelmingly grateful for that 199, and he'll put it towards the new teeth, which will... Can you imagine Steve-O coming on stream one day with a new set of teeth? It would be bright white. It would be so weird. I
won't be streaming because I may actually have a girlfriend by that point.
Oh, there we go. There we go. It'll be gone. It'll be gone.
I'll be too busy with a girl rather than having to do this.
That'll be the last you see of him. There we go.
Grand Ray's done. I'm gone.
We might not come back from Turkey. Right. Let's just move on because we'll be here all night otherwise. Manchester City versus Manchester United.
The watch. In all seriousness, we are doing a watch along for this, and I think it is going to be a lot of fun because I believe I can now pause. Now TV give you the option of pausing things and rewinding, so I can now be in sync with you.
That would be much better than one of us not celebrating or not reacting to something there. Yeah, I hate that. I hate it.
So it looks like Sunday 4:30, where I genuinely think Man United can cause an upset here. I say an upset. I don't think it's going to be an upset. I'm going to go 1-1. I'm going to go 1-1, Jace.
I'm going to go 2-1 to Man United.
Yes. That's what we want to hear, Jace.
And I think that this is going to be the whole classic case of United pull out a result against City, but then will lose against, smaller opposition that you wouldn't expect them to lose against. Purely because, and I'll give you a reason why, it's because Man United can't break teams down. Man United struggle when a team sits behind the ball and says, come and get us. Man City are not going to sit behind the ball. They're not going to be playing defensive at all in this game. And you know what? Part of me thinks that me getting out Benjamin Sesko could be. Again, this is the Man United fan in me thinking this, of course, not the FPL manager in me. There's nothing that Benjamin Sesko did to warrant keeping him in my team. However, it wouldn't surprise me if Sesko comes through and gets himself a goal. Man City, odds-on favourites to win this game at home. Man United to get the upset 2-1.
Yes. 50p?
50p on Bruno. 50p on Bruno, boys and girls. And there we have it. That is the predictions for Gameweek 4. We're going to have the watch along on Sunday afternoon, 4:30. We'll be here watching the game with you guys. If you want to jump along and join us, we'll be syncing up. And yeah, I just realized I probably need to get a graphic sorted for that over the next 24 hours or so.
Yeah, you've got it before. It's pretty easy.
Oh yeah, I'll just play with the mouse and just drag it around the screen a few times. But yes, thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, like the stream, check out our social media. And yeah, I think on that note, I think we're good for tonight, boys and girls. And thank you for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. Any final thoughts, Steve-O?
Yeah, good luck everybody for Gameweek 4. Make sure you're looking out for my reaction shorts on YouTube.
I've also pinned the album link if you are interested in listening. If you are interested in listening to a new album, some new music, feel free to jump in on the YouTube channel that's in the link there. That is my album that I just put through DistroKid a couple of weeks ago, and be great to hear your thoughts. Good night, guys. Take it easy.